Open source projects by their very nature are community driven, with telcos' utilization of open source solutions to enable their network virtualization strategies. Telcos are no longer willing to accept solutions created with isolation, but rather expect input and contribution. This panel will discuss Orange's hybrid approach to telco virtualization, which combines the benefits of best-in-breed open source developments and a partner ecosystem comprised of leaders from within the open source communities. Joining us are Christian Gassan, he's Vice President of Wireline Networks and Data Center Infrastructure. And next to him is Gopi Mannapragada. He's Senior Director of Engineering at Dell EMC. And gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for being here. Thank you. I want to talk first about the open source community and its impact on the vendor and CSP relationship. Gopi, I'll start with you.
You know, telcos are going through a major transformation, and if you look at this sort of journey, you need to have a very open and community-driven approach to this, because they're driving a lot of innovation, a lot of change, and this is a opportunity for vendors and communication service provider to take a leadership role and make that journey faster and quicker, right?
I would say that we used to send requirements, and today we are contributing to solve issues in open source communities. I'm not sure that we're yet, but we're in the middle of a huge transformation. And thanks to open source communities, what we want to achieve, in fact, is actual standardization, because instead of writing papers that describe how we should develop the interfaces or APIs, the open source communities are actually coding them. So it is much more efficient and very different, in fact.
And I think it brings out a new operational model into it. I mean, you talk about DevOps, which is a layer on top. You no longer have to wait for a huge refresh cycle. Much rather, you can rely on the open source community to take a small, innovative project and develop that and get that innovation done pretty quickly.
And you can rely on what have been developed. And you don't have to rely on vendors that will develop on the basis of what have been defined, in fact.
Now, of course, the standardized NFV infrastructure is very important to Orange, and I know you just touched on that a little bit. Can you give us an example or maybe a use case of how that applies?
So we're applying network function virtualization for what we call EPC, so Evolved Packet Core, in order to be able to better cope with traffic growth and new use cases like IoT. So thanks to that kind of solution, we can build a dedicated network for IoT, for example. So just a reminder, virtualization is about decoupling hardware and software. And today we are deploying NFV infrastructure, which are meant to support several NFV or VNF, from multiple vendors. It is based on components which are not specific to Orange, but I wouldn't say that it is already standardized, at least beyond Orange. But if we achieve that standardization in the future, it will be much easier to onboard virtualized network functions, because the VNF developers will be able to take into account the characteristics of the infrastructure beforehand. And we can even imagine that the compatibility between the VNF and the NFV infrastructure will be validated or certified in advance, before it is even proposed to the telcos.
Yeah, I think that's a key point, right? So the time to revenue from a service provider standpoint will get accelerated, going from a very standardized sort of a solution. You're no longer doing a long life cycle POCs before it goes into production. If you can standardize left of the stream and let the vendors kind of take a standardized solution, as it arrives at their side, it's already pre-validated, ready to go, which accelerates all throughout the conversation, right?
So telcos, Gopi, have virtualization objectives, and then there's a carrier grade expectation that's associated with that. How does Dell EMC approach that?
So we're taking approach in two different ways. One of them is obviously we are an infrastructure vendor, so we have classified or we've taken our products and made them more secure, more carrier grade. So hardened the whole solution. So that's obviously taken from an infrastructure standpoint. The other thing is to work with our carrier partners to define the sort of a standardized framework so that the solution, whether it's working with partners like Red Hat or VMware and others, to define a carrier-grade features from reliability, latency, and whatnot, to define the entire NFVI infrastructure ready to go for telcos.
So on our side, we are working differently from what we used to do in the past. And for example, we have a partnership with Red Hat in order to upstream within the OpenStack community features that are needed by telcos. And because what we think also is that OpenStack should be carrier grade. We do not think that a specific branch of Red Hat dedicated to telco makes sense. So in fact, it is why we have that partnership with Red Hat in order to get the OpenStack that we need as a telco.
Yeah, and if you look at the OpenStack summits now, it has become more and more telco-centric. So that shift is happening where it started off as an enterprise base, but it's quickly becoming very much a telco base. And these features, like Christian talked about, we work with Red Hat as well to upstream a lot of carrier-grade features, and carriers are working as well. Like Orange is working with them to define that. And we see it's like I said, the open source, community-driven thing accelerate that conversation and accelerates that innovation. Right?
I think it's a good idea to talk in more detail about the new services that can be rolled out by leveraging open source communities. And Christian, I'll start with you on that. Can you go into a little more detail on that?
I do not know which services we are going to develop. In fact, the goal is to develop an ecosystem which will allow us to develop new services much easier than today. And then we have already talked about OpenStack, but we have now to talk about ONAP, so another open source community, because it is very important to standardize the NAV infrastructure, but it is even more important to standardize the interfaces between the virtualized network function and the IT. Because today, when you want to develop a service, you take maybe years to adapt the interfaces between the function and the IT. And the aim of ONAP is to standardize those interfaces in order to get more flexibility, but also to decrease the cost, and so to get the promises that should come with virtualization. And if we can achieve that, then we'll be able to innovate much more than today.
How is Dell playing a role in rolling out new services and then leveraging those open source communities?
So, to his point, like participating in communities like ONAP, Cord, and also working with partners like Intel, taking their FlexRAN architecture. And again, for us, it's the first and foremost is to make sure that our infrastructure is scalable, ready to go when the new services are rolled out. We work with those communities, to define the next generation solution. And our primary purpose is to redefine the infrastructure solution, but also to open up the north and southbound APIs so that when the new services are rolled out, they are in that quote-unquote standardized open framework ready to go. Right?
I think we've talked since Sunday here in Barcelona about integrating many applications on one platform and leveraging those open source communities to do that. I know that Dell and CSPs like Orange and also Red Hat, and we'd love to have him on here, Chris Wright from Red Hat on the panel, but maybe next time. But all three of you have been integral in creating that environment for the industry. So we appreciate you being here and giving us your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And once again, from the NMG studio right here in Barcelona, Spain, we'd like to thank our speakers. And for more information on how to be on our program in 2018, you can contact us at thenetworkmediagroup.com. So long.